What did Matchbox 20 say while playing Riichi Mahjong? I think this game's mean, it's making me cry, bringing this grief into my life, and I think I'm scared, left lords too much. Maybe it's wrong, but I'm totally folding, first is gone. Maybe it's time to call Ron. We can end here in second place and escape the Jade Room. Dude, come on. Don't even think to call Pwn. Getting 60 points is pretty good. Not all doom and gloom. Welcome back to Mahjong Soul, folks. My name's Yusong. Hope you're having a good day wherever you are, folks. Oh, Yusong. Ron does not rhyme with gone. Why are you saying gone and then Ron? Okay, that's the least of my worries right now, folks. Welcome back. It's me, Yusong. It's your favorite bakery, where I only bake the 4th place breads. I only upload 4th place finishes. Welcome back to Mahjong Soul. I hope you're having a good day wherever you are, folks. We're loading back into the Jade Room. Let me just take a look at this. Yeah, just to remind ourselves where we exist. This is on stream. Yeah, this is on stream. I got second, and then we ended on the 4th. I'm going back into the Jade Room. Folks, let me just say this as we load into the Jade Room. If you like the song, or you like the wrong, if you like the song, you like the song, consider subscribing. I got new videos every single day. Consider leaving a like and a comment if you're feeling particularly generous. Helps out the channel such a great deal. It brings us to our featured comment of the day. Welder Unit P writes, haven't seen the video yet, but I'm spreading good vibes to you to give you good fortune on lots of Yakuman. I am taking it. I am taking this to the bank, and holy smokes, Welder Unit P, you are now legally obligated to drop a comment at the start of every video. Are you seeing? Thank you so much. By the way, this is the first video that I've recorded since I've launched the Patreon. So thank you so much. Oh, we got Enels, Joel V, Lunar Leaf, Michael DLG, Briny Chib, Wombus Max, patreon.com/YU_SONG. If you want bonus videos, my Riichi Mahjong song parody doc, my Riichi Mahjong strategy guide, looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. That infamous strategy guide, that's where you can find it. That's where you can find it. So thank you so much for all the support on the Patreon. Just launched. Link is down below in the description if you're interested. And not to throw a parade for myself, but one of you sussy bakas subscribe to me on Twitch too. Or 12. Thank you so much for just dropping the Prime even when I'm not streaming. That's illegal. No, thank you so much. It's not illegal. I really appreciate your support. All right, folks. I mean, it's a red dragon. Look, all I'm saying is, it's hard to rhyme with the word gone. It's really hard. And then maybe it's time to call Ron. I just like the country drawl of that. And by the way, let me just tell you something right now. You can only rhyme the word Ron with so many things. How would I know? How would I know? It's because while I was cleaning up the Riichi Mahjong song parody doc for the Patreon, it's 146 pages long, single spaced. It's not like exaggerated. And the way that I cleaned it up was like, the way my organizational like style is that like I'll do like artist name dash song title. And so I did an expert move. I did like a control F for all the dashes, so I knew what to look for, so I could do the line breaks and stuff. Over 700 song parodies easy. Over 700 song parodies easy. I don't know if that's the exact amount, because sometimes I'll write the chord names in there as well, but easily over 700 song parodies. So you eventually start running out of words to rhyme with Ron and Gone and Pwn. So this is where we're at right now, folks. This is where we're at. We won the first hand. Don't be tricked, okay? Don't be tricked by winning the first hand. Winning the first hand means nothing. Winning the first hand means nothing. Winning the first hand just means that we have an extra large chance to lose our entire lead before the end of this game. All right, this hand is good. The nut draw is the 7 of bamboozles. That's really good. We get to keep the use of the door up. Perhaps our pair is going to be that of the 5 of bamboozles. I mean, this is looking really good, folks. This is looking really good. Now, the 8-9 shape is the worst shape that I have in my hand. But it's also very, very valuable, right? It's like, this is only a single tile weight. It's just really not good. In order to upgrade this weight, we would have to draw a 6 and then a 5. And then, like, we already have 2 5s. And then even if we drew a 6 and then a 5, right? Draw a 6, cut the 9, draw a 5, cut the 8. Whittle ourselves down to a 5-6 shape. That's not even that good. We cut the Dora in the pursuit of that. So I'm not really pogging with the Dora that we currently have. If we start completing some of our other shapes, I think that this is 9 is gone. Maybe it's time to go round. Welcome to the channel, by the way. I mean, we have to talk, okay? We genuinely have to talk, because I don't want to do some like 4chan, green text, arrow, be me, be la me, start a Patreon or whatever. But like here, I invite you to do this mental exercise with me. Not because I'm trying to ask for your pity, because I think it is extremely funny. So lately at Yusong HQ, things have been going pretty well. The Northern Line video, oh yeah, it's doing numbers. And then recently, Kate Lovely Momo, big streamer, watched that video on her stream. We watched her watching us, human centipede of my own content. Yeah, I love that. And then, anyway, so that was really good. And then I was really happy about that, right? I was really happy. And then I'm doing the Patreon. People are joining. I'm really happy. And then I realized in the back of my mind, oh my God, I think my 5 uploads. Like, the 5 uploads on this channel, if anyone new joins, they're going to be served 5 4th place finishes in a row. I don't know what to do about that. And then in the middle of all that, I released a video a few days ago. Hopefully you've seen it at this point. Again, shout out to No Sleep Steve for allowing me to critique their game on this channel. But I was trying to give some advice to No Sleep Steve, who sent over their Silver Room game log for us to give a little bit of advice on, and then I feel like my luck has truly been something, but I don't mean that in the good way, because as I was trying to give advice, everything that I was saying ended up just the way that the variance worked out. Like, I was saying, oh, you should discard this, and then you should discard that, and then none of the advice was followed, of course, and that's fine. That's fine. I was just sharing my ideas, but then it was like we were getting rewarded for that. So I felt like I was truly losing it. Okay, left lord chases my Riichi. Good one, Bozo. I called dibs, baby. I freaking called dibs. And then right lord isn't folding, or maybe they've ran out of safe tiles. They cut the 5 of characters all of a sudden. I don't know. If I crash out here and I truly lose the most rank you've ever seen in your entire life, I got roamed. Maybe it's time to go home. It's very addictive. If I crash out here, that's okay. I know of. I don't want to. I don't know if I'm allowed to say their name, but recently I met a really strong, or not recently at this point, but a while ago I met a really strong Riichi Mahjong player, and they were saying about how they de-ranked from, in a particularly bad spell of games, they de-ranked from Saint to Expert. Saint all the way through Master, and then to Expert, and then they climbed back up to Saint again. And I was like, you know what? If the good Lord has decided that now is my time, ta-ta, cheerio, so be it. So be it. And I've got a new outlook on life, okay? Just thinking last night in bed, right? Can't really do anything about this. Wish I could, right? We got 2 Dora burning a hole in our pocket, but I don't think we're necessarily supposed to go after it. I mean, we got 3 Peasies in our hand. Maybe we can chase with some sort of 7 Peasies, but I'm pretty sure we're just supposed to Gigantamax fold 1 Dora after the other. The rest of this hand a little bit too garbage to really pog up with. I was thinking last night in bed, you know what? if my biggest problem in my life is that the channel is going well, a lot of new people have joined, but they're about to see me eat dirt for 4 videos, for 5 videos. That's okay. There's like I overall, I'm pretty lucky in the world, so I will learn how to conquer this, and then it's over for you bozos, okay? And then who's the bozo? I don't know, just the demons in my mind, the haters in my mind. No one's even been that mean about it, and people in the comments have even been like very, very nice about it. People are like, oh, Yusong, don't worry about it. We're here to support you. I almost cried. I genuinely, I don't mean to make this about me. Oh, should I get real about it? Okay, so I'll get a little real about it. When people started, yeah, because I soft launched the Patreon. Soft launched, by the way, the name of my NSFW video that you can find, Yusong After Dark. Just kidding. You know, when I soft launched the Patreon on yesterday's stream, a lot of people like supported me like immediately, like a good chunk of people, and I was like, it was just one of those situations where lately I've been living in a cloud of self-doubt. You know what I mean? Who am I? Roxas from Kingdom Hearts? Who am I, Roxas? No, that's good, because Roxas is like, who am I? Am I just Sora's other half, or am I my own human being? You know, it's a good comparison. So, oh, it's just chasing Riichi Sumo Ipatsu. Dang, and then you were yorking it on a single tile weight? You chased with a single tile weight? On the 5? I guess so, right? You're in the dealer's seat. Might as well. All right, I mean, Right Lord's running away with it now. It's a sizable hand. So, I was like almost crying because I was like, oh, this is so nice. Because I've been living in a sea of self-doubt where I'm like, everyone is just searching for a reason to leave. Like everyone, like all the new people, they're gonna look at the videos, they're gonna see me losing, and I know that's not the most important thing. Like the Mahjong, hopefully you like Mahjong, right? But hopefully you also, and I don't mean to presume, like, I mean this is getting like platonically. Hopefully you like me as well. Hopefully that is the case. Hang on, what the frick am I supposed to do here? Do I just take the 1-3-5 shape? And then what is my pair gonna be? The 7 of circles? Hilarious, Yusong. What kind of, what have you gotten us into this time? I'm trying to use the Dora in my hand. Like, it might not be totally possible, but I'm gonna try to draw something around the 4 of circles. Like 6 of circles, or even 3 or a 5 of circles are best, but I'll take a 2 or a 6 even. Like both of those are pretty good. I'm also trying to think like, oh, if we can get rid of if we can get rid of a lot of the tiles in our hand, like we might be able to just go for Tanyo. Now if Left Lord cuts a 4 of characters or a 5 of circles, I'm Hawk to a chi on that thing. I absolutely chi on that thing. 2, 4, 6. It's on site, baby. Okay, this is really good now. But I was like, oh yeah, people are just gonna, you know, I just live in anxiety because I'm like, oh, people are gonna want to leave. Like people are gonna want to leave because of this. People are gonna want to leave this, and then people were like, very, very kindly supporting me on Patreon, and I realized, oh, people aren't looking for a reason to leave. They're just looking for a reason to support. They're looking for a reason to be kind, and that was like earth-shattering to me. And then I was thinking, it gave me so much confidence because I think, you know, I grew up in a very like, well, I don't want to reduce this, but you know, I think my parents, as immigrants, they have a hard time thinking about like, I think they have a hard time being like, of course they don't want their child to go into some sort of risky endeavor, right? They learned a new language and immigrated so that their child could go into what they think is like a safe profession, but also it's like, I don't know, AI's creating, like, I don't know. It's I think you know, as an adult, you think you know a lot about the world, but it turns out like you have no idea what the world is going to look like in a few decades, right? Especially I feel like I don't mean to sound like a boomer, but like the pace of technology has changed things in a way that's like truly wild. When you're gone, maybe it's time to call round. I don't need to chase the Riichi here. I'm willing to cut the 6 because I'm like, they cut the 9, making it, I know they're not waiting with a 7, 8. And they cut a 4. Oh, frick. I would have won off of the 5. I mean, I got to go for this, right? I got a Tanya Red 5 Dora. I could Riichi Tanya Red 5 Dora as well. I could chase this. Maybe the next tile, if it's a safe tile, I can chase this. Oh! I called wrong. I should have maybe called the Riichi there. We'll see what Maka says about the East 3 Riichi decision. I did not Riichi, but maybe. Okay, we'll have to see what Maka says about that. And I get to pick up 2 Riichi sticks. Poggy. Okay, so that's really, really good. But of course, you know, as parents, you don't want your child to go into a risky endeavor, right? But I also know that they've seen me in college, in life, do like stand-up and stuff. They've seen me like, you know, do sketch. They've seen me, and I don't mean to toot my own horn, but if I may for a second, fucking crush it. You know what sorry for the language. I apologize for the language, but like, I got very like impassioned about this yesterday. Just me driving around. I was just thinking about all of this, and I was like, you know, one day, if my parents, I'm not saying that they'll like come around or like, and I'm not necessarily dreaming of like a revenge fantasy either. I think that's also like, I don't think that's gonna make me happy either. But one day, if they ever say to me like, you know, it's hard to support your child when they're going for like a risky profession, I firmly believe and thank you for your support, for giving me this confidence. Not like a results-based thing, because it's like, I think this comes from within me intrinsically too. I was like, no, it isn't. All you have to do is support your incredibly talented son. And I don't mean to toot my own horn. It sounds like I'm in love with myself. Which, have you been reading my fanfic lately? Okay. No, I'm not. I actually, you don't have to believe me, but most of my time is spent like hating myself. That's why I'm in therapy. And you're thinking, oh, Yusong, you hate yourself. You're a cool, edgy artist. No, I hate, like, the self-loathing and the anxiety and the depression I've gotten. I don't mean to, oh, the world's smallest violin. No, I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you. All that stuff has made it harder for me to, like, it has not made me more creative. It has not made me more cool. It is prohibited. Like, it's made it harder to work in general. A crossword is pogging off right now. They got a half flush in the stupid head suit. That's fair. I mean, hopefully we no longer draw tiles in the stupid head suit, in the bamboozle suit. So, I mean, we're one tile away from tempo with a perfect Dishon 10. Why? We got a pair, a double-sided weight, and an Omega chunk, which is a pair with a double-sided weight attached to it. I chi here, absolutely. And the reason it's a perfect Dishon 10 is because no matter what we do to get into tempai, pawn, chi, whatever, mostly just pawn and chi, we can draw the tile ourselves too. We can end on a double-sided banger. So a crosser just called con. They called con. Maybe it's time. Comades. Please forgive the pronunciation. Thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. Thank you for blessing this video. Even when I'm not streaming. Huge. Big. We would have liked to see that irresponsible. I mean, I don't know. Could have been a responsible con, but we would have liked to see that con give us a little bit more dividends. But I'm okay with how that round ended. So anyway, thank you so much for your help. I realized, I was like, oh, when I watched, like I've been living in so much fear. What am I? A focus sash Rattata? Oh yeah. I'll explain that after. But I've been living in so much fear that it just has clouded my judgment so much. So thank you for, I don't know, just helping me snap out of it a little, you know? And I don't want to get too like parasocial in the club, and I also never want to get into that, you know, if Northern Line puts it very, very well when it's like, I think sometimes fans of VTuber streamers will be like, oh, make sure that you're drinking enough water and stuff, and it's just like you don't like that stuff is actually really condescending. You know what I mean? Like, they're an adult, they know how to take care of themselves. It's really it's coming from a good place, but it also like it's something about it is like icky, right? Something about, oh, you don't have to agree with me, but something about it in my view is icky. And I also think that oftentimes I think it's like children telling people who are older than them, hey, make sure to take care of yourself. And it's just like, that's fine, it's coming. Like, you're not saying like, hey, I hope you don't take care of yourself. It's not that, you know? At least it's not that. At least it's not hate. But I don't like it. And so I'm not saying like thanks for snapping me out of it. Like it's necessary, or you know, like, oh, you should do that or whatever. No. A lot of good luck and random events just coalesced into a moment where Yusong had decent self-esteem. Now we should talk about the game. Why? Because this is gonna arouse a lot of questions. LOL. I just used the word arouse and now I can't stop giggling in my head. Why not pawn the red dragon? At that time, I didn't have another pair in my hand, and I'm like, I kind of just like waiting for my Tenpai to come home. Like I genuinely just want to call Riichi with the red dragon being my pair. What's so wrong with that? What's so wrong with that? And the strength of this is that like the red dragon, if I need to fold this hand, I'm doing okay, right? Score wise, I'm kind of doing okay. Oh, now I can pawn the red dragon. That's pretty pog. Now if I draw into a 6 or a 9, I can do the world's most evil Riichi call and wait for the red dragon or the 6 of characters. That's nasty. That's oily. That's an oiler of a hand for sure. That's the rub. Okay, I'm gonna cut the 2 of bamboo only because the player who I'm most scared of, Right Lord, like they're the most visible threat. They made 1 call, has discarded a 5 of bamboo. I know that they're not waiting with a 3 and a 4 of bamboo, so that feels okay to me. It's a little bit spicy as well, but let's see where it goes. We see 2 Dora, we see 3 Dora actually. So unless someone has like 3 red 5s, their hand is probably not that large. I have no idea. I'm just gonna be real with you folks. No idea what Right Lord is rocking with. Northwind is not their seat wind, nor is it their prevalent wind. So I'm thinking like maybe all triplets. Maybe they're just trying to get into Tenpai before the end of the round, which is something that we should consider doing as well at this point, right? It's getting pretty late in South 1. So, oh, there's the Riichi. It's the most evil Riichi call in the world. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's see what happens. I mean, this is effing devious, right? This is what Max, aka Light Pink Yoshi, was telling us. Like, sometimes you don't do the early pawn, and then you get to be. I don't know if this was the right situation that they were talking about, but you get to make like a pretty effing like oily. I can't think of another word, but this is like a greasy, like sloppy little Riichi call. You know what I mean? Yusong, you're such a wordsmith, and it's definitely not making me uncomfortable. Oh, thank you so much. You didn't have to say that. Uh-oh, he's on his good self-esteem mark. Explain the fear thing. Oh! Explain the fear thing earlier. That's a bummer. Throwing the red dragon there and getting Rond is a huge bummer. Crossroad, if you're watching this video, I'm sorry. It's got nothing to do with you as a person. It's got everything to do with me as a joker. It's got everything to do with me as an evil person. There's a strategy in Pokemon called Focus Sash, Endeavor, Quick Attack, Rattata, and the acronym for that is fear. When you're gone, maybe it's time to call wrong. I mean, this is good, right? We have, not only do we have seat wind, but it's looking like we're about to touch grass. It's looking like the most, I should keep that, right? I should keep that and just throw the 1. It was looking like a half outside hand for a brief and fleeting moment. But now I'm just like, I would rather win this hand than keep the half outside. Well, let's see what Maka thinks about that one. South to half outside. Now that's really good. That's really good. All right, now let's flirt with the half outside Andy. So maybe if we're lucky, we get to do a 7-8-9 San Chokler, but it's hard pressed for me to not just press the pawn button when the east one comes out. Why are those two things opposed? Well, if I press pawn when the east one comes out, I can't do 7-8-9 San Shoku. I would have to cut the 8 of characters in this sense so that I can use the 9 of characters as my pair. I'm not joking. Our shapes would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if this is a triplet, then this needs to be a pair. And I pawn. Maybe I'll get to call wrong. How is life outside of it? It was good. Yesterday, I hung out with Beth's nieces. Here's the thing. I thought it was a huge success. I was so nervous because I haven't talked to like a teenager in forever. And I was so nervous. I was like, what if they think I'm lame? What if they think I'm weird? They were so nice. They were so nice. And it wasn't just like, oh, they were polite and quiet and obedient. No, like, I'm not saying like that should not be the hallmark of kindness. It wasn't that. They were just like when they were talking, they were just sincerely nice. You know what I mean? There's a distinct absence of evil. Oh, Yusong hung out with teenagers. What was his takeaway? A distinct absence of evil. Yeah, that's a normal thing to take away. But it's true. They were just so nice. They were just so nice. So, you know, if Beth's nieces are watching the video today, I could chase a little here, right? Uh-oh. I mean, maybe this gets me into trouble. I could always fold with the I'm Corone! What did we do? We got some sushi. And I was calling like a million restaurants because one of them has a pretty serious like celiac disease, like a gluten allergy. So, oh my god, it was a double roan! We called roan. Yes. Yes. Apologies if that's going to be stuck in your head all day. But can I say something? Singing When You're Gone, Maybe It's Time to Call Ron, with that, you know, affect, hugely addicting. Very, very fun. Please don't knock it until you try it. I understand that some of you are watching maybe on public transport, maybe at work right now, and you don't have that, you know, you don't have that access or that freedom. Give it a shot as soon as you can, and then please report back. It's way more fun than it seems. So I called a bunch of places, and then finally I found a sushi restaurant, which some sushi restaurants didn't, you know, they were like, we got soy sauce in all of our ingredients. And I was like, that's okay, because they were like, you know, we're sorry, we can't do that. I'm like, that's okay, it's okay. But finally, a sushi restaurant was like, yes, we can prepare things in a different area. Just please tell us, and we can have like the chefs prepare it in a different area, and you know, all that jazz. So we ended up going there. It was a good time. I asked them about their interests. One of them plays flute. That's very cool. I asked her if she plays the piccolo, or if there is a piccolo player, because sometimes flute players also play the piccolo, which if you've never heard one, it's like I don't mean this in like a totally pejorative way, but it's very, very high. It's even higher than a flute, and a flute's like already pretty high up there, right? So I asked her if there were any piccolo players. The other one is very into visual art and might try to join like a dance squad. They were just they talked in a way that, like, I don't know, wasn't self-centered. What I'm trying to say is maybe human beings are okay. they were just so nice. It made me feel alive to try to be like, you know, to try to like create a good environment for them, because I was like, oh, Beth was telling me some things about, like, I'm not saying that their home life isn't great, but she was telling me some things where I was like, oh, you know, that's not the greatest. They're on vacation right now. They're visiting, you know, Beth's extended family. So let's just try to show them let's try to be kind. I am in Tenpai for a random half outside hand. I didn't even draw this up in the dirt. They cut a 3. Would they ever cut a 5 from a 2-3-3 shape? A red 5? I don't know. Maybe they would, but I'm also okay with this. I mean, maybe I should be a little bit more discerning. I could always throw 1 of bamboo, right, into whatever this. To white dragons. I'm gonna go for it. You know, 4 of characters could come out. Someone could see that the 4 of characters is safe, and then I get to run the pants off of them. That would feel excelente right now. That would feel great. But yeah, I could always fold with the 1 of bamboo, right? One of bamboo. They're not waiting with the 2 and a 3 of bamboo in their hand. Otherwise, they'd be in Zuzzy Furt in jail. But from their 4 of bamboo discard. So that was cool. Took them to get boba, and I was just trying to ask them like engaging questions and make them feel like, because no one, I don't mean to get super basic, but like no one ever asks to be born. I don't know. Maybe you had a different process. I can't claim to know, but like nobody ever asks to be born. So. But everyone deserves a chance to feel like they're heard and they're important, right? So, I don't know. I felt really strongly about that, and I felt like I don't know if you know this about me, but I used to be like a camp counselor. I don't know if you can tell from the people were saying when I was critiquing Ludwig for his Riichi Mahjong gameplay, like, did he used to be a camp counselor? You're using like a camp counselor was. I used to be a camp counselor, and I had a lot of fun doing that. I mean, you don't really have too many responsibilities. I was never like in charge of the camp. I was just like, oh yeah, this is my small group of kids. I'm like a slightly older kid, you know, just a taller child taking care of shorter children. But I had a lot of fun doing it. So it was nice. It made me feel alive. It was like, okay, yes, let's try to at least make them have like a good time. And they liked the dinner, and then we took them to get boba, and they liked the boba, and I was like, we did it. We did it. And real compliment hours happened where they came over because they needed to use the restroom and they complimented our toilet. Why? We have a bidet. I think it's the first time that they've seen. So I think in their mind, it's like, oh, that's Yusong. He and Beth have a bidet. And if that is how I am cataloged in their brain, fine. I've been called way worse. You know what I mean? I'm okay with that. I'm genuinely okay with that. So yeah, it was nice. I was scared that, you know, because what if it's like it's members of your significant other's extended family? It's like, what if you don't like them or something? And then that's like a real bummer. And then you got to figure all that out. But no, they were like genuinely super kind. I didn't tell them what I did. I didn't tell them what I did because, I mean, if they ask, I think I'll be honest, because I think the honesty is good. But I also don't want them finding this. I just, you know, they're in high school, so it's not like it's the first time that they've heard a swear word or anything along those lines. But it's like, you know, let's not rush into oinking and boinking it for the door. I just, you know, I don't know. I would argue that even adults aren't really ready for that. I would argue that no one in society should be exposed to that, you know, at this strong of a concentration. So it was a fun night. I'm gonna press the pawn button. Do you like that restraint? Not saying pawn. I'm gonna press the pawn button. I am intended for Tanya, 2 Dora, maybe 3 Dora, right? Depending on what tile that we get. Is there any way to upgrade this hand? Yeah, there is. I have to cut like a pretty spice-tacular tile in order to do so. Maybe like we don't. I don't necessarily like enjoy that idea. I don't know. I think I'm okay with this. I don't want to discard the Dora if I don't have to. You know what I could go for? I could have discarded the Dora and maybe like gone for a direct hit on a crosslord, right? If we go for the direct hit on a crosslord, then like, you know, maybe they just die or whatever. Could go for the single tile York in it on the no. I want to be able to accept the door and not have to discard it later. So here we go. A little bit of a risky discard, but I think this is okay. If I sumo, a crosslord dies and the game is over, which would be a wonderful, in this environment, what a wonderful turn of events. I would not be able to, I would truly not be able to complain about that. So a little bit unlucky. Were we able to maybe finagle a way into accepting the 5 of circles? I don't think so. Maybe we were supposed to think about like cutting the 5 of circles earlier so that we could do like an all triplets, but I like the flexibility that we have. We don't necessarily need to get all triplets Tanya 2 Dora. We don't need all of that. All we need to do is win like a 2 Han Marty off of a crosslord and the game is over. All we need to do is sumo a 3 Han Marty, right? Like or this is a 3 Han Marty no matter what, but all we need to do is sumo and then the game is over. So I am okay with this. Genuinely okay with this. Plans for the rest of this week? I don't think I'm gonna con here. Just gonna be real with you folks. I mean, no one else can call Riichi, but I don't think it's right. I'm in first place right now. If I'm in dead last, yes, I am going to Con Academy. Yes, I will be conning to try to get some more value in my hand. But again, if I call con here, it flips up another Dora indicator, and then there's like a 75% chance that it benefits someone else at this table, right? There's only a 25% chance that it benefits me. We could go for the after the con Yaku. I don't think that's worth it. Like, if we con and we miss, and then someone else gets 2 more Dora, and then like Right Lord sumos, then like we just gave Right Lord the keys to like the kingdom. We just opened up our front door for Right Lord, invited them in, and asked them to punch us in the face. Like, I don't necessarily want to do that unless I absolutely have to. You know what I mean? It's also, we're getting down to the wire. If a crosslord has not made it into Tenpai, let's find out. Yeah, they just lose here. Wow, that's so tragic. A crosslord, you got me feeling like you remind me a lot of me. And that's the first place that we've had in so long. Maybe we played some Mahjong. Thank you, Matchbox20. Huge shout out to Matchbox20. Huge shout out to Welder Unit P for the blessings. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, we gotta start right. Who are we gonna play as? Hinata, of course. Decoration, not the sword. The sword is too aggressive. Give me the watermelon. The watermelon signifies springtime. The green onion. The green onion signifies springtime. Riichi, Fox's Wish. let me Riichi with ice, right? And then I like my winning animation. Gurgling stream. I like a gurgling stream. All right. Feels good. It feels good for our new era. Let me into the logs right meow. Maka, analyze me. Let me, oh my god. We don't need to look at the, we don't need to look at the other games. S! Wow! Huge! There is Justice, the person in first place, getting the highest grade. Holy moly. Teacher, more homework, please. Okay, here we go. And then I showed him the photo of myself when I was in Cats in school. Cats the musical. Do I still have it? Cats photo. I'll do a little search. Yeah, I have it. Okay, here we go. It's this photo of me in 9th grade, and I showed him this because I thought it was like, oh, this is very, very funny. And I was like, whoever put me in the blonde mullet, you know, I don't think they were having my best interests at heart. But I was telling them, and Beth was telling them, because they were like, oh, I don't know if I want to go out for the dance team, but I really want to, but I'm nervous. And I'm like, you know, it's you should try for it. Even the things that end up being kind of silly, like it's totally okay. Like we can all laugh about it now, and it's not that bad. You know, you won't really think about it after a while. So that was a cool. You know, we're just trying to like teach them good stuff, but we also don't want to be the type of people that it's like, here's all these life lessons, because when you're a teen, you're like, okay, yeah, sure, buddy. I don't remember being particularly open. I think I remember being like an edgy know-it-all. Like you don't know. Oh, you're gonna teach me about life? I played Final Fantasy. I know a thing or two about life. So let me just see. East 3 Riichi decision, we were confused. Any other things? I mean, this East 1 hand. Did they like how we played? I think they gotta like how we played. Oh, and we should see that Red Dragon moment that we did not press pawn. I think that's also worth examining. And then they love the chi. They absolutely love the chi. And then we cut this, and then we're just in tenpai. Poggy. East 2. Anything weird happen? I don't think anything weird happened. Did they like their Riichi? They gotta like their Riichi. Yeah, they gotta like their Riichi. Because then I don't have guaranteed Tanya or whatever. This is just Riichi Pinfu Red 5. In the dealer seat, oh, it's feeling amazing. East 3 Riichi decision. I did not Riichi, but maybe I should have. All right. I'm making my way downtown. Is this the hand? It is. No, it is this one. It is this one that I won. So, right. Someone else called Riichi here first. I apologize for going a little bit quick, but Left Lord calls Riichi. Now I have the chance to call Riichi, but instead I discard the 6 of circles. They wanted me to discard the 2 of circles. Why? I guess just the 2 is a bit closer to a terminal, right? I don't think they would ever cut a 4 from a 3-4-4 shape. That's like one way that we would deal in. So let's just try to like nix that. All right, yeah, we can wait on the 5. I suppose it's fine, right? I mean, 1 3 is gone, 1 5 is gone. Oh, 2 3s are gone. My thinking was that if I cut the 6, it kind of says a Suji trap for the 3. I'm not waiting with a 4 5. And I was feeling pretty confident that the 6 was safe. Again, they would never cut the 4 from a 4-4-5 shape either. So I was feeling okay with this. But yeah, had I discarded the 2, I would have been able to run immediately. So that's interesting. And then, do they ever want me to Riichi here? They still don't want me to Riichi. I like that, because what if we draw into something like extremely dangerous? So they didn't appreciate the Riichi here. I guess because we don't have to, and there's enough value on the table where we don't need to expedite this anymore, right? Like it's enough with the Riichi sticks as well. It's like over 7,000 points. Yeah, I'm okay winning a casual 72 or whatever, 75 when it was all said and done. All right, cool. South 2. There was a moment where we could have gone half outside. Oh, did they like this? Yeah. This is confusing. So I cut the west one first, and then I cut that. They like this. Don't tunnel vision on the half outside. Let the half outside come to you, and now it is coming to me, right? So this is a little bit different. I'm gonna cut the 8 of characters here, but they wanted me to cut the south one. Totally respect that. I pawn the seat win 1,000%. I cut the 8 of characters, and they're okay with that. But they want me to cut the south one. And then someone calls Riichi here, and we chi on that thing. Right? Yeah. Eventually, Left Lord calls Riichi, and they like the chi here. Oh, yeah. And then Right Lord. Oh, I wonder what Right Lord had, such that they were really willing to go for it. Wow. Yeah. So they're in Tenpai with a double pair weight. All they have is seat wind, prevalent wind, Dora. Oh, that's actually a lot. Seat wind, prevalent wind, Dora. Yeah, Maka's even a fan of this. Maka's just like, send it. You got a decent thing. You have 3 Han in your hand. And you're competing with me for first. And even if you deal in, you're probably not going to get last. Okay, I hugely respect that. I hugely respect that from Maka. And then there was an epic moment. There was an epic moment. I need to see the one where we could have pressed pawn on the red dragons, but then we didn't. But then we did. Was it this hand? Yeah, it was this hand. This hand was really, really good, right? No, we immediately pressed pawn. There, you know what I'm talking about. That was East 1. What the frick am I smoking? Which game was that? Hang on. Give me a second. Was that South 1? It was this, right? This hand is shaping up. This hand is shaping up. They didn't like the pawn. Look at this. Look at this. Because then if we press pawn, we have such an awkward moment. Right? We don't really know what our pair is. But if we keep our hand closed, we might be able to call Riichi with it. So, what do they want me to discard? They wanted me to discard the 7-8. Why? I guess we would rather wait on the 1-4 than the 6-9. A lot of the 9s are already gone. Sure. Should have been a little bit more picky with the shapes that we had, but I don't think that we played that bad when it's all said and done. So I cut the 3. They want me to throw the north wind really, really bad, but I'm just gonna keep doing my thing right now. Apologies, manga. And now we have the opportunity. And then oh yeah, we should see, because we could have called Riichi on a lot of different moments. So they wanted the Riichi on the 5 or the 8. 2 copies of the 5 left, 2 copies of the 8 left. But I called Riichi on 1 copy of this, 1 copy of this. Why? It's effing devious. And then you don't draw it immediately, but holy frick. Holy frick. Yeah, that's so messed up. I get why this is so powerful. This is just like an evil thing to do. Well, folks, I don't know what to tell you. Put the dub in the bag. That's a first place. Rare Yusong dub. If you're new to the channel, just know that nobody takes 6. No, you can't give Yusong 6 4th places in a row. He does not accept 6 4th places in a row. He accepts 5, but 6? No. Then we got problems, you and I. You come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. Thanks so much for all the support. If you like the video, if you like the song or you like the genre, please consider subscribing. I got new videos every single day. Consider leaving a like and a comment if you're feeling particularly generous, as it helps me out and the channel out such a great deal. You never have to, but it's the currency of the website. I appreciate it so much. You know, sincerely, but I appreciate it. I appreciate your support. You can find me on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific. Link is down below in the description, along with our community Discord and our VOD channel, in case you can never make it live. On Mondays, I stream Mahjong, and then that Mahjong is co-streamed on YouTube as well. So you can keep your eyes and ears peeled here if that's what you're into. Until next time, please take care of yourself, and please be kind to yourself, okay? All right, I'll talk to you soon. Peace.